Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. It is Friday. Kicking off the weekend. Kicking in the weekend is going to be a lot of fun. Lots going on around the world of sports. Goodness gracious, both locally and on the national scene. And we bid you a very pleasant good afternoon. Our show always dedicated over my left shoulder to the man who hung up on the cross. We unashamedly devote this show to him. And we pray before each show gets going and off air. And so we want you to know this show is all about him. It'll go as far as he wants it to go. And right now we're up to, you must like it, it's going, we're up to 10 states. Horace told me now I've got folks in Louisiana, along with Georgia, Kansas, California, South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, Michigan, of course, here in Tennessee, and Brazil earlier in the year, and United Kingdom earlier this week. So this is our 53rd day. We're wrapping up our 11th week of the show. Show's brought to you by, wait a minute, I'll give you the prayer for the day. I'm sorry, the verse for the day. Psalms 121, 1 through 8. Look up, your help comes from me, the maker of heaven and earth. I will not let your foot slip. I'll watch over you day and night. Stop right there. I'll watch over you day and night. I will keep you from harm, both now and forevermore. That's out of the book of Psalms 121, 1 through 8. Show's brought to you by the folks from Bristol Motor Speedway and Dragway, American Import and Auto Repair, Kingsport Cabinetry, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, Bracken Asphalt Maintenance and Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Scoreboard says 8.
Stay there. It's been there for 2 weeks.
It'll stay there after today, too. My boy Horace.
Yeah, right.
My boy's going to answer the question today, and it ain't going to be good. So I will tell you with a great degree of certainty that will stay a big fat 8 there today because I got him over here, and there's not a chance. Wells Fargo Financial Network, better known as the Center Street Wealth Management Group, Bays Mountain Park. Mike's Medicine Mart, we'll hear from Dr. Walton later on in the show. Cherokee Barbershop, home of the Gator Man. Book Lovers Warehouse, we'll hear from Bob later on to the show. Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, and by our buddy who will have a thought for the day, Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance. Where in the world do we start? I guess we'll start, we got baseball. We'll talk about Pete Rose. We got some NASCAR news here. Horace's boy Smoke confesses, and he should have.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Confessed.
Oh, he confessed. And then got a story about Pete Rose, which is a great story, positive. But I guess we'll start. What was 60 seconds they sold out the boxing thing?
Oh, yeah, Mayweather Pacquiao.
Yeah.
60 seconds they sold all their tickets.
60 seconds. Now, you were telling me it cost just to go into the arena, what was it, $4,500?
It is now up to, hang on, let me get it up here. Close that out. It won't close.
Pooter problems.
Well, no, it's a stupid ad on my computer. It won't go away. All right, well, anyways, initially, the tickets went on sale, and they were going to average between $1,500 and $7,500. Now, that alone is outrageous, okay?
Now, wait a minute. For me to sit down and watch these guys box is going to cost me how much on the average?
From a minimum of $1,500 to $7,500, but the premium seats were going to be up to $33,000.
$33,000 to watch. Now, what happens if these guys go out there and somebody knocks them out in the first round? It's over.
Oh, it's over. Yeah. Your money's gone too. But that's not the end of the story.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
That was when they initially released a press release about what the ticket prices were going to be. Oh no. Just to walk in the door, if there's anything left, is $4,500. That doesn't guarantee you a seat. That just gets you in the door.
Why would you go into the place we couldn't get a seat?
Standing room only.
SRO.
Just standing room, and you have to $4,500 to do that.
Just to stand there.
Right. Premium ringside seats, 5 rows up. Okay.
5 rows. Here's the ring. 5 rows up.
5 rows up.
How
Premium
much?
seats. That's level with the I guess the ring itself. $77,500
For a seat?
for a seat.
5 rows back.
5 rows back.
$77 grand to sit there and watch him.
Right.
Well, all right. So my question then is pay-per-view. What's it going to be? I guess it's out
I ain't paying.
out the ceiling. I mean, how much is it going to cost
I bet
you
it'll be $60, $70
to watch it?
to watch it
Yeah.
on TV.
And I guarantee they'll have as many as they want.
Can you say stupid, Gene?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're double stupid, Gene.
Yeah.
Some of these people are just flat out idiots to pay that price to watch a fight.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a chance the guy gets knocked out in the first round. I'm not saying it will. You know,
Well,
if
it's
it
a
goes
50-50 shot.
50-50 shot. Well,
Sure.
I mean, 15 rounds, you got to go 15 rounds. That'd be great. Now you get your money's worth. No, you don't get your money's worth. I'm not paying those prices. But still, if someone gets knocked out in the first round.
So for me to go and just stand there, it's $4,500. Stand in the back of the room.
Yeah.
Or the arena, whatever it is. Yeah. So.
Just to be there.
Not this cowboy. We'll talk about it the next day.
I'm sorry. Muhammad Ali didn't bring those prices.
No. And they said it's the fight of the century, which I think is
No,
way.
every fight's the fight of the
yeah,
century.
That's
every
crazy.
year they have a fight of the century.
Yeah, that's craziness. So you can't tell me that this is going to be better boxing than
Tell me where
Ali
that
and
money
Frazier.
can be spent so much better in other places.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh no, they're going to watch two guys beat each other up.
And they're going to laugh all the way to the bank.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you and I are boxing, you thump me, knock me out, I still get a pretty hefty paycheck. Now, there's the competitive side of me that says I'm going to go out there and try and box your ears, but if I go down and I lose, I wake up the next day, a lot of money in the bank. I'm okay.
And I guarantee these two fighters, regardless win or lose, you talk about a paycheck.
That's what I'm saying. They're set. Yeah. So it's hey. What WC Field say? Oh yeah, there's a sucker born every day. So anyway,
there's a lot of them. There's 500 of them at least going to be in that little room or whatever.
So the minimum seat is $1,500.
Well, that's what it was initially going to be.
Okay, so
I think it went up to 11,000.
Wow, supply and demand.
Yeah.
So, all right. So I can't speak for you, but I won't be there watching it in any way, shape, or form.
No, not going to be there.
And I won't buy it either. So I'll just have to hear about it the next day. So Pacquiao and Mayweather fetching. The tickets sold out in 60 seconds. I would think that's a record. How big is this arena? Does it say?
I have no idea.
Where's it going to be at? I don't know where it's going to be.
Let's see. According to here,
Freedom Hall.
No, here it is. Live at MGM Grand.
All right, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
All right.
It's got here's a seating chart. There, and it's a decent sized place.
Yeah. Probably 10, 12,000 maybe, something like that.
I don't think that big, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe somebody's telling me. I'm getting all kinds of little birdies over here. Oh, Gator says stupid. Okay.
That's right.
I hope he's not referencing me on my phone because we'll make a little trip. We'll be heading on down. Redneck kick in. Let's see what my boy says here. Stupid. I wouldn't pay that to see Ali, and he's the greatest. You got it, Gator. I'm right there with you. So anyway, Mayweather and Pacquiao fetching big bucks. Sold this arena out in 60 seconds. I'd be very curious to find out how big the arena is. That is where, now, if you've seen the movie Rocky Balboa, that last one, they boxed in the MG. I'm trying to remember a crowd shot. I'd say it's probably 10, 12,000 minimum. It's a pretty big place.
Very big place.
So, but anyway.
Would you pay $11,000 to sit
I wouldn't pay $4. I'm telling you right now. I just, older I get, I'm going what my father used to say, why go out and buy? See, how do he used to say? He used to climb us all the time about this. Boys, why do you go out and spend money trying to impress people who don't know and don't like? He said status. He said a lot of course, this is not status, but it's stupidity to go out and watch this boxing match. Nah, I'm not going to. I wouldn't pay $3 to go. So.
I know it's a sport.
Yeah.
Okay. But and there's money to be had, evidently.
Yeah.
But, to me, that's just not a sport I'm going to go watch.
Mayweather and Pacquiao. So that's coming up. I think it's a month away too. It's not even close. It's deep in the month of May. It's almost Memorial Day weekend. Yeah. So anyway, that's what's going on in boxing. Now we have stories out of NASCAR. Got a couple of stories. First off, they've been practicing all morning in Richmond. The Xfinity Series qualifying, Coors Pole Light qualifying will come up at 3:30. Coors Pole Light qualifying for the Cup drivers will come at 5:30. The Xfinity Series race is tonight. Kevin Harvick, the defending champ of that race a year ago. And then tomorrow night, maybe in rain, may not get that one in. If they're getting the rain we're supposed to get tomorrow. It's a 7 o'clock green flag dropping tomorrow night in Richmond for that race. And the defending champ of that one is Joey Logano. So now, a couple of stories. Number one, your boy, Smoke, who got his first win ever in Richmond with a little bit of trivia there. Who they're racing there this weekend. Tony Stewart took the blame for igniting a 5-car crash late in Sunday's Food City 500 in support of Steve Burns and Stand Up to Cancer at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah, I saw it.
3-time NASCAR Sprint Cup Series champion said the contact in Turn 3 with Hendrick Motorsports driver Casey Kane was, quote, my fault. I caused it. It wasn't at all what I had in mind because I'd had a clean race up to that point. Of all people, it was Casey. I get along pretty good with Casey and AJ, meaning Allmendinger. Those are the last two guys that needed to get in that mess. And contact from Stewart's Mo Sheen caused Allmendinger, Casey Mears, Martin Truex also sustained damage in the wreck. Stewart's car suffered little damage, and the owner-driver wound up finishing 6th, his first top 10 of the 2015 season. Oh, by the way, Allmendinger 34th, Kane 37th. So he says, whoops, I'm sorry. So it wasn't what I had in mind. And so
reminds me of someone that wore a lot of black in days past that did the same thing and would apologize after.
So, well, Kane got on him a little bit earlier in the week, or in fact that night he got on him a little bit and had fired one across. And anyway, so he did say it was my fault, and we're very sorry. Now, there's a controversy brewing in NASCAR.
Controversy,
yes.
Controversy.
Yeah, well, however you want to say it.
How they say it over? Since we're have listeners now over in the UK.
Problems. We got problems. It's gonna have problems. So yonder. Let's see. Let me go to this one too, because this is going to get interesting right here. Not only for now, but for the future. And so again, we're talking. You're with us on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's see. NASCAR Chairman and CEO Brian France met with Associated Press sports editors. He addressed the sport's number one priority in safety and whether the sanctioning body would grant Kyle Busch a waiver to make the chase once he comes back. Broke his right leg and left foot in the season-opening Xfinity Series race, I should say, at Daytona. And so France says, quote, depends on when he comes back, of course, but it'll be more likely than not that we're going to try to figure out how to accommodate him, which is the beauty of our playoff system. Here's the key phrase. What happened to him was on us. Our fault. We'll balance a lot of things at that point. We have to make a decision, but we're inclined to want to figure out that for sure. Now, Busch, who turns 30 next week, has missed all 8 races. Last week he did not have a timetable for his return, but when asked whether he could get into a Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota when NASCAR Series returns to Daytona in July, he said, I would presume so. So we'll see. Now, we move on here. I don't know. Let's see. Busch is saying here, quote, I don't know if it's going to be 100% feasible to make the top 30 rule, and I know the top 30 rule is in place for those one-offs that guys come in with a team or a driver that raced at Daytona or Talladega or even a road course race, and they win it. It's not meant for those guys to be able to take a spot from a series regular that races every week for the chase. Do I hope that NASCAR takes into consideration for M&M's, Interstate Toyota, and so on and so forth, a full-time team that is to be eligible for the chase competition at the beginning of the year? Certainly hope that they take that in consideration for the top 30 rule, but that's left up to them. So we'll see. Now, what happens with this is if they make an exception for this one, because you got to know it's somewhere down the – and I hope not, but it's just inevitable. Somebody else is going to get in a wreck, get hurt. And so when they get hurt and they want to come back, then they say, well, we can't let you come back. And they're going to say, wait a minute. And, of course, Kyle Busch is my driver, so I'm all about him. But I'm not sure this is the right move for NASCAR to do because it's going to open up a can of worms. If they let him come back, okay, it's their fault. Then they have the safer barriers in place, all right? The next time, again, that's always a subjective analysis. So the next time something happens, the guy that gets hurt can say, well, that's NASCAR's fault because whatever, whether it was or not. And so I just think if you set this precedent, and as he said –
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all about the money. And if Kyle Busch will bring fans, put him in the seats, and he's in the chase, they're going to do it. And that's the first issue. The second issue is they admitted – that they messed up, and the wreck wouldn't have been as severe if they'd had a safer barrier in place. Okay, I think that's more track than NASCAR. Okay, but nevertheless, they said it's our fault.
So it's not NASCAR's fault. It's Daytona's fault.
It's Daytona's fault.
It's their track.
It's their track. Okay?
NASCAR is not in charge of the tracks. The track's in charge of the tracks.
Right.
So it's not NASCAR's fault.
No,
right.
But what did he say?
He said it's our fault.
Right. So
he said what happened. Quote: what happened to him was on us.
Okay. So they're trying, I think, in an underhanded way, trying to appease Kyle as much as they can to avoid any legalities down the road. So
because he certainly has them.
Oh, he's got them. He's got them big time. So if he comes back and put him in the chase, But of course, NASCAR, they change the rules from week to week to week. So what's the big surprise?
Well, this is what he says. Depends on when he comes back, of course, but this is France talking. It'll be more likely than not we're going to try and figure out how to accommodate him.
Oh, they're going to do it then.
Which is the beauty of our playoff system.
They've done made a decision. They're going to put him in.
It's just how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And how they're going to do it to avoid the least
it doesn't matter.
Conflict.
They're not going to care what the controversy is. They're just going to do it and go with it.
Yeah. He's pretty much said it's what's going to happen. Just a matter of how they're going to do it or when they're going to do it. But again, the legalities from Kyle Busch's standpoint, if he sues somebody, I don't think it would be NASCAR. I think it would sue Daytona International Speedway because it's, again, NASCAR has this big umbrella over all the tracks, but just like last week before our race up here, Jerry and those guys will not put safer barriers in. That's Bristol Motor Speedway's responsibility.
I understand that, but NASCAR will be a part of the lawsuit because because if NASCAR didn't have a race at Daytona, he wouldn't have been racing at Daytona.
Yeah. So, and quite frankly, NASCAR's got deeper pockets anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So if he's looking to get a little jingle, So anyway, we'll see. See, there we go. We've talked about 7 or 8 minutes. This is a controversial topic because, again, it's going to be interesting. Now, Busch doesn't know when he's going to come back, but I would think for him to be back in July. Let's see. That's another May, June. We got May starting next week. So you got another 60. Let's see, May and June, 60, first part of July. You're talking about another 65 days with the rest of this month, probably another 70 days. So I don't know whether you can heal up that fast or not, but
it don't matter. He could come back the 1st of August.
Well, I mean, they're talking about him come back in July. So
well, it doesn't make a difference. Whenever he comes
back, he's in.
He's in.
Now, the question would be then if you get okay, the question's answered. If he comes back and he's in the chase, it won't be David Reagan. He's just pinch hitting in the driver. It'll be Kyle Busch. So anyway, it's going to be interesting. They again
riddle me this: what if Reagan between now and then
wins a race?
Wins a race or has a great series here between now and when the chase begins? What are they going to do about him?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to have a car, but he's eligible for the chase.
Yeah. You're exactly right. As we go into Richmond, by the way, tomorrow night, and we're going to move on here to a Pete Rose story. In the race or in the chase already is Kevin Harvick, Jimmy Johnson, Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, Matt Kenseth, and Denny Hamlin. They're in the chase, but not locked in right now on points. Of course, this changes every week, but if it stopped today, they would be in the chase. Martin Truex Jr., Dale Earnhardt Jr., Casey Kane, Jeff Gordon, Eric Almirola, Jamie McMurray, Danica Patrick, Paul Menard, Carl Edwards, and Ryan Newman are in the chase, but not locked in. So Reagan at one point was doing very well, and he had a terrible Bristol, and so he's dropped way back down to the points. He's outside the top 16 right now. But, again, if he wins it, if he happens to win a race in that M&M's Toyota driving for Kyle Busch, then come chase time, somebody's going to be in that car. Do you put Reagan? Did he earn the stripes to be in that one? Or you go to the guy that's supposed to be in there? So
maybe NASCAR's out. They'll tell Gibbs one or the other who's it going to be. You make the pick.
Yeah.
That car will be in the chase, but
you pick the driver.
You pick the driver.
You put the pressure back on Joe Gibbs and the folks. So interesting to say the least. Now, before we go to the break, we're going to be talking to Dr. Barry Walton coming up in a few minutes, who, as a matter of fact, talks about Pete Rose as one of the products he now has in the store that's endorsed by Pete Rose, and he's the spokesperson. I'll let him tell you all about that. But Commissioner Rob Manfred says Pete Rose will be allowed to participate in activities surrounding this summer's All-Star Game in his hometown of Cincinnati. Manfred said initial thoughts about Rose's role at the game will come from Reds owner Bob Castellini.
Let him throw out the first pitch.
Yeah, let him do anything he wants to.
He's got to do it.
The place will go nuts.
He's got to do it.
I'm telling you right now, it'll be the highlight of the All-Star Game.
Oh man, you talk about a series or the All-Star Game with the biggest ratings on television.
July 14th. I'd love to get tickets. 74 this month. He turned 74. Here's his numbers. Check this out. I did not realize this. Of course, he's all-time hits leader, 4,256 hits. He's won 3 World Series titles. The National League Rookie of the Year, we found out yesterday when I blew that question. Yeah. 1973 MVP, 17-time All-Star. Pete Rose made the All-Star team at 5 different positions. Nobody else has ever done that. All-Star at 5, yeah. And that's ridiculous compared to some of the other goofballs that are in. So, anyway, I promise you that'll be the highlight because it's in Cincinnati, his hometown, and whatever they let him do, however they do, or let him present himself in this All-Star game. If he just doesn't do anything else but just walk out and wave or they don't do a coin toss, that's football. If they announce the lineup, however they do it, if he just comes out and takes a bow, the place will go nuts.
Oh, yeah.
And it should. I mean, this is the boy, hometown guy. All-Star 17 times at 5 different positions. Now, think about that. You may be good at – what would you play in softball, first base?
First base.
I knew that.
Catcher, third base.
Okay. Well, so let's say you made All-Star in 3 positions, 4 positions. This guy made All-Star in 5 different positions.
Pitched.
In Major League Baseball. Okay, it'll go crazy.
Come on, everything, man.
Come on back over here. So, anyway.
Designated hitter.
Yeah. Who? DH?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite position defensively? First base.
Defensively, first and third.
Yeah. I don't see you doing catcher much because you have to squat down. I don't see you doing that much.
When I was kind of a quasi-player coach,
yeah.
I would often catch a lot so someone else could go out and play.
Yeah.
Play position.
So, anyway, Pete Rose is going to be allowed to participate in the All-Star Game in Cincinnati, July the 14th. Again, the guy's no spring chicken. He's 74. I think that's a great touch for the folks. And I salute the new commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred. Quick break. We'll be right back. We'll be joined by our buddy, Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart, who, in fact, talks about Pete Rose, one of the products he now has in the store that is endorsed by the man they call Charlie Hustle. And we'll come right back with more on this Friday. You are listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
You want to honor your mom this Mother's Day? At Max Medicine Mart, they have everything you'll need to say thanks to that special lady. Create a special gift basket full of quality Burt's Bees products: moisturizing cream, facial scrub, lip balm, beeswax hand cream, just to mention a few, or pamper mom with a foot massager to re-energize her tired and sore feet, or a pair of stylish Franklin brand sunglasses, or maybe a specialty tea for mom with over 40 shelves of teas to choose from. Lots of choices for mom for Mother's Day at Max Medicine Mart, Center Street, Kingsport. Open 7 days a week. This Mother's Day, make tracks to Max.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male and female customers, but owner Kim Smith says they have a special care and concern for ladies.
Being a female in what's considered a man's business, I understand the trepidation that women may have when they come to the shop. They feel like they don't know about cars, they might be intimidated, but that's not the way we do business. Everybody's treated the same. We take the time to explain anything that they have questions about, the repair, the process, the part. We want to make sure people are comfortable with what we're going to do to their vehicle and that they understand. We do cater to women in a sense. We have a real nice waiting room with nice Keurig coffee and flavored creamers, air-conditioned, cushioned seats, TV, everything a girl could want while she waits for her car to be fixed.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111. Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the three-state region. Owner Richard Isaacs tells us about the business.
Kingsport Cabinetry is a locally owned hometown business. I've been here since 1999. Was in the cabinet business about 12 years before that, so I've been doing cabinet work ever since I got out of college. I've been in business almost 30 years in this cabinet business, and I like what I do. We try to give a very personal touch with our customers and clients. We do residential, we do commercial, we do about anything that someone would need. And like I say, we're hometown local, and we try to give very personal service.
Kingsport Cabinetry, where quotes are free. Call today, 247-6134, 247-6134.
Back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Friday. We normally have him on Wednesday, but, hey, we get to have him twice this week. We're talking about our buddy Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Doing very well, Tom Taylor. How are you doing today?
Just fine, sir. Thank you for being with us on this Friday, kicking off the weekend. And let's talk about, well, it's a sports show. Let's talk about a guy named Pete Rose. Now, you got something to tell us about Pete Rose. Tell us about that from Max Medicine Mart.
Well, absolutely, Tom. We have a pain reliever that we've had for years. It's a topical pain reliever called Mioflex. And Pete Rose has agreed to become the spokesperson for Mioflex. Active ingredient in Mioflex is trolamine, and it's a 10% cream, and it's good for muscle aches and pains. I guess nobody would know aches and pains any better than Pete Rose with the way that he played baseball so hard and aggressively. He would know all about those joint and muscle aches and pains. So he is becoming the spokesperson for Mioflex, and I thought that was just a very neat thing. The president of the company that makes Mioflex said that Pete's a Hall of Famer in our eyes, and we're excited to have him on board with Mioflex. And I think in a lot of folks' eyes, myself included, Pete Rose is definitely a Hall of Famer. So I was excited to see him getting the opportunity to be a spokesperson for Mioflex, and hopefully with the new commissioner in baseball, he will get a fair shake and get a chance to become a member of the real Hall of Fame.
I think you're exactly right. I agree with you on all points. We're talking to Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart on Center Street in Kingsport. Make tracks to Max, and you do. So Pete Rose and Mioflex is there. Got it in stock. Horse liniment. Tell me about horse liniment from Max Medicine Mart.
Well, Tom, we've had a really great run on this product. It has been around a little while, but it's making a comeback now. The horse liniment that we're talking about is called ARTH-RX. That's ARTH-RX. And it's really been a great product. I have, in fact, used it myself. And it's got a couple of different external analgesics put together. And one of them is capsaicin, which is a pepper extract, so it has a little bit of heat associated with it. And the other active ingredient is methyl nicotinate, and that has kind of a cooling effect. So you have this combination of hot and cold together. And it's just been, they've used it on horses for years and gotten some really good results. And so they started using it on humans and found out they were getting good results with that as well. So we've had a real run on this. In fact, we have been out of it for the last 2 days, but we just got a shipment in yesterday. So that shipment came in on Thursday, and so now we're selling it again, and we had a waiting list of people. We've called all of them, and we still have some left in stock, so we wanted to let people know that ARTH-RX is out there, a great topical analgesic. It even has an applicator tip so that you don't have to get your hands all messy. You can actually apply it where you need the muscle relief. So just a great little product. ARTH-RX, or as people affectionately call it when they call in to see if we have it in stock, is a horse liniment in. And we can certainly tell you that as of now, the horse liniment is back in stock, and you can come on down and make Tax to Max and get that horse liniment right there at the front counter.
Talking to Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. So if you're a sports person, you're out and about, you got MyoFlex that's endorsed and, of course, used by Pete Rose. You also got the horse liniment, which you talked about. So if you're active in sports and you need those kind of products, available at Max Medicine Mart. Also, Watkins products. Tell me about that. You got that. You sell a bunch of those types of products. Tell me about the Watkins products from Max Medicine Mart.
Well, Tom, that's another area where the people that are involved with sports have a really good opportunity to get some great old-timey relief. I know a lot of the folks, the grandfathers that are out there with their grandkids will remember the Watkins products. Some of them might even, the great-grandfathers might even remember the old Watkins wagon coming around town. But they do have a lot of great products. One of the things that they're most famous for probably is their original double-strength vanilla, which is really good flavoring. But they also have a white cream liniment that's very good. A lot of people use that for pain. They also have a red liniment that's good for pain as well. So a lot of different kinds of products that they have. They also have some a petrocarbo salve, and that helps relieve pain and itching from cuts and burns and skin irritations and scrapes and insect bites. So it actually has drawing properties in that. A lot of people are looking for drawing salves to help get splinters out of their fingers and different body parts and minor infections. And it's the way they package it, Tom, is very nice, too. It's in a large tin. So you get a tin for your medicine chest, and they also make smaller travel sizes. Petrocarbo salve has been around for years and years, and people do love that, so that's available. We also have the Watkins menthol camphor ointment, and that's a good one for if you have a stuffed-up, congested feeling like chest cold. A lot of people use the old Vicks salve. This is the Watkins version of that with the menthol camphor ointment. They can also put that on aching muscles, and also people use it for sunburn and windburn. The way that wind's been blowing out there the last few days, a lot of people are getting that windburn look on their face. So minor burns and scalds can also be helped by this. So Watkins has a great line of products, been around for years and years. In fact, a lot of people will call and say, ask about the Watkins old-timey products, and that's how we know they're talking about. Great line of products, and we have a lot of them available at Max Medicine Mart. Just pick up the phone, give us a call, and ask if you have a specific one that you want. We can tell you whether we have that in stock. And if we don't, odds are we can get it for you.
Phone number is 245-2181. Again, Max Medicine Mart, make tracks to Max, and you do. Last but not least, the month of April, got a few days left, not many, a few days left to save on Blue Bonnet. It's been flying out of there, 20% off the month of April. And what are some of the products folks are coming in and taking advantage of under the Blue Bonnet line?
Tom, we are seeing a really great number of people coming in looking for those deals on Blue Bonnet. We're seeing a lot of the multivitamins that are going out there. A lot of people had a gentleman in there Thursday, I guess it was, and he came in looking for a way to help his mother increase her appetite. The doctor had recommended that he get a multivitamin. Well, one of the reasons why people like the Blue Bonnet brand of vitamins is that they don't have a lot of fillers in them. They don't have any really unnecessary ingredients. You pretty much get what you're paying for. High quality, that's one of their 5 standards that they use. They go for nature, science, quality, truth, and knowledge. So those 5 pillars are what the company is built on. In the science category and the quality category, they make sure that the products are pure as can be, and they test them continually. So that's a good way of knowing that they don't put any stuff on the label also that would kind of throw you off or make any wild or misleading claims. They're science-based, so we have always appreciated that. And so it's just a great way of you can read that label and you can trust what it says. And that's a very gratifying thing as a pharmacist, and I appreciate that, because some of these companies will make some outrageous claims. Blue Bonnet's a family-owned, great business partner for us, and have been around for years, so we certainly appreciate that. The multivitamin that this lady was going to get, all the B vitamins, the stress vitamins, so it's also iron-free because she was an elderly lady and didn't need that extra iron. So, and it's got a lot of different minerals in it as well, so you can take care of some of your mineral deficiencies that we all tend to have as we don't eat the best diets in the world sometimes. So it's just a great way to hopefully help this lady increase her appetite. So that Multi-1 vitamins. We also have the Multi-2 or the Maxi-2 vitamins. Some people who are vitamin sensitive, the one a day vitamin can sometimes be a little bit too much, especially if they don't eat a very good breakfast and take that first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. So a lot of people like to break it up and take 2 vitamins a day. That way it's a little bit easier on the stomach. So just a lot of different alternatives there. And of course you got all the B complex vitamins. The B complex vitamins, also known as the stress vitamins, we've got those in the individual vitamins. But we also have the B complex all in one capsule. And those are great ways of dealing with the stress of just everyday living. We're going through a change of seasons here right now, so it's a great way of knowing that, God's in control, and you never know what kind of weather's coming your way. But those changes, the body will sometimes perceive as stress. And one of the best ways to prevent that stress from taking up too much of your energy level is by taking those stress vitamins. So those B vitamins, the stress vitamins, the B complex vitamins, Blue Bonnet, all 20% off for the entire month. Take advantage of those and make Tracks to Max, and we'll make you a great deal on these. You won't find a better deal in the Tri-Cities, I guarantee you.
Guarantee you're exactly right. Of course, here we are on Friday, so we got a couple of days left to save 20% off. Once it's gone, it's gone. Blue Bonnet. So make Tracks to Max open 7 days a week on Center Street in Kingsport. Dr. Walton, as always, in closing, what are your hours at Max Medicine Mart?
On Monday through Friday, we open up at 8 in the morning and close at 7. On Saturdays, we're there from 8 until 6. And on Sundays, 1 to 5. So for all your health care needs, make Tracks to Max.
Make Tracks to Max. Have a great weekend, my friend, and I will talk to you next Wednesday.
Thank you very much. I appreciate all you do, and we look forward to seeing you then.
You got it. Our buddy, Dr. Barry Walton from Max Medicine Mart. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here on this Friday. You are listening to, and we're proud that you do. We're now in 10 states, and also we got notice some folks listening to us at Bristol and United Kingdom in Great Britain. So we are now international, 10 states and United Kingdom, and we thank you for that. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You are listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City takes care of both male.
It's easy to buy insurance and forget about it. But the more you learn about your coverage, the more gaps you might find. Like how you thought you were covered for this.
Check it out, Mom.
When you're really only covered for this. Or how you figured you're covered for this when you're actually paying for this. You might be surprised at what's hiding in your coverage. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are Farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
See what might be hiding in your coverage at farmers.com/gaps.
Life has its twists and turns. It can take many different shapes. But a good retirement plan changes with your life. And as we talk about what you're putting away and how much you'll need to retire, what was uncertain becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Welcome back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show, now in 10 states. Thank you very much. Live streaming today, livestream.com. Then tonight, later on, you'll be able to watch it and hear it podcasting on iTunes Radio, Tunein Radio, also the Stitcher phone app, and also YouTube. And so we're all over the place. And, again, our 10th state, we found out we have had hits and folks listening in Louisiana. So we appreciate that. We've talked boxing. We've talked Pete Rose. We've talked Max Medicine Mart coming up. We'll check in with Bill Patrick from Kingsport Speedway, and he'll give us an up-to-date there. Also got the high school track and baseball and softball update. Right now, I got a little college softball update. Let's go to the phone. Our buddy Franklin E. Lett from the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau is with us. And good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Good, Tom. How are you?
Just fine, sir. Thank you for checking in with us. And tell me what's going on. Again, we're wrapping this thing up, this tournament, the Appalachian Athletic Conference. What's going on here today?
Well, we had the, I guess you would call it the semifinals or losers bracket championship this morning between Truett McConnell Bears and St. Andrews Knights. And Truett McConnell came out on top 4-2. So we're rolling into the championship game. I believe we're in the bottom of the first inning. Tennessee Wesleyan College, that I believe came in as the 3 seed, making it to the championship against Truett McConnell, which was the 6 seed. So kind of a story of underdogs this week.
So does the winner of these two go on? Only one team goes on? What happens after this once the championship has been decided?
The Appalachian Athletic Conference has 2 teams that qualify on to what is now known as opening rounds, used to be regionals. Same process with baseball. So they Reinhardt University won the season. They were tied with Bryan College, kind of a heartbreaker for Bryan that they were tied, but Reinhardt won the tiebreaker. Came out as the conference league champ, which that team moves on to the opening round, and then their second team is picked by whoever wins the tournament. And unfortunately, our buddy Rocky Stinson, the coach there, got beat last night to send him home. So, kind of tied for first place and got a good team making a run for it and didn't make it to the championship. So it'll be Truett McConnell or Tennessee Wesleyan College, one of the two, moving on with Reinhardt to one of 9 opening round sites across the country.
And so once the smoke clears from this, this moves out this afternoon, the tournament, because they'll come back and play an outright championship game if need be, right around 3 or 3:30 this afternoon. Then after that, the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau gets ready for yet another tournament coming to town. Tell me about that.
Yeah, we just packed tents and coolers and cups and head up the road to Hunter Wright Stadium, get the Kentucky Intercollegiate Athletic Conference tournament started on Wednesday with the first 2 games of the first round. Those 4 teams, the winner of those 2 games, move on to battle Point Park or Rio Grande from Ohio. They come in as the 1 and 2 seed into the tournament. So a lot of action taking place up there next week, and that'll roll through Saturday with the championship game of that a week from tomorrow. And then Sunday night, immediately following that, we have the coaches meeting for the AAC baseball tournament. That gets fired up on Monday morning. First game's at 10 o'clock. So that runs through that week onto the, I guess that'll be May 7th. I get a day or two to catch my breath, and then on Monday we start right back up at Hunter Wright again for a 3rd consecutive week with opening round of the NAIA World Series.
Wow. pretty awesome stuff. And, again, there's a reason why the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau gets these tournaments. You guys and ladies work very hard. Once you get them, you take care of them. And year in, year out, after they do the follow-up surveys, these teams want to keep coming back to Kingsport because of the job you've done, right?
That's right. We've been fortunate to have a good team in place before my tenure, and then through my tenure as well. As not to mention our forward-thinking city leaders. They're somewhat sports-minded to help us get these facilities to the standards we need them to be able to host them. So it's an all-around good team job with all the city, and helps us keep creating revenue and driving that tourism dollar. And fortunate enough to get to call it work.
There you go. It's a lot of fun, too, but they work very, very hard. No question about that. You have a great staff. And so wrapping up softball today, then baseball rolls in for 2 or 3 tournaments, and you look up and it just keeps on keeping on. I know you got a full slate all summer long, and we certainly appreciate you. Before I let you go, economic impact on this tournament and the upcoming tournaments, if you had to kind of roll the dice and give a ballpark figure, what kind of monies will this help the Kingsport city economy?
I'd say economic impact-wise over the 3.5/4 weeks of softball and baseball, we're well over $1 million in economic impact for those 4 tournaments. So, not to mention, good news about college teams is there's usually 20 people in their traveling party. Even if you're putting, 3 or 4 in a room, that's 5, 6, 7 hotels per team. And you're looking at 70 or 80 room nights a night that they're here. So that's just more hotel rooms that are getting rented, and they got to eat when they're here, as you well know. So they go out, and it isn't like they're cooking at the hotel. They're eating 3 squares out a day. So it's good for everybody involved in the restaurants and hotels, and drives that tax dollar for us.
Before I let you go, we're talking to Franklin E. Lett again with the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. Switching gears, have you got your Pacquiao-Mayweather tickets? Did you get those? Or are you one of the folks that stepped in line and ordered your tickets over the internet? They sold out in 60 seconds.
Still there, Tom?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. I said, did you get your Mayweather and Pacquiao tickets? Have you already got yours?
I think there is an undisclosed location where several of us are getting together to watch it. Yes.
Oh, so you're not going to be there at the MGM for a $1,500 ticket? Yeah.
No, we're gonna watch the $100 pay-per-view for however much it is.
Yeah, I think it's, what'd you say, $60, $70? I think it is.
Oh, I don't know. I'd say it's probably $100. That's about right.
Yeah, they were telling. I was reading where it's the fifth row off the ring, Frank. $33,000 ticket.
No,
how about that?
No. It's 77.
You buy 2?
No, $77,000 ticket. I'm sorry. I bought.
You bought two, right?
Well, I guess they wouldn't take cashier's check that big, so I have to go by and get one next week. So I just buy them one at a time. So there you go. Wow, unbelievable. All right, great report. I know you're busy doing some other things. Have a great week. Thank you for letting me talk to you, and thanks for promoting the KCVB, and I'll talk to you soon, all right?
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, super job, everybody. Frank Lett again with the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. $77,000 for a ticket to set 5 rows back for the Pacquiao-Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
There's not a chance. If I had it, I wouldn't do it. I don't have it, obviously, but if I had it, not a chance. Not a chance would I do. I'm not sure I'd pay $100 to watch him on TV or whatever it is, pay-per-view.
No.
No, I'm not going to do it. I can tell you. Not going to happen.
No.
Nope. And I'm probably in the minority. Apparently I am. They sold out their tickets in 60 seconds. So, but anyway, that's what's going on at the MGM in Vegas coming up next month. What's about to go on now, this is free. You get a chance to watch and hear this, is the quiz show. Brought to you by American Import and Auto Repair and Cherokee Barbershop. So hit the music. About to watch my boy go down in flames here. That's what I want to hear. All right, quiz show time at the OK Corral. My boy Horace, he has been blowing smoke all week, making fun when I go down in flames. But I will have said, I did go 4 for 5 2 days this week. So 2 for 5 on Monday with Gator. Stupid questions. Tuesday, that's when you were winging it, and I went 4 for 5 over then.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
That was a good day.
Yeah, it was a good day. Wednesday with the Apes Try did what? 3 for 5.
3 for 5.
Stupid Elvis questions. Yesterday I was 4 for 5, and I got beat on the Pete Rose question by Greg Taylor.
Yeah.
Another stupid question. So, anyway, here we go. We have 8 quiz show wins up here on the scoreboard. I've got 5. He's got 1. Gator's got 1. And Buzzer's got 1. Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance quiz show. And so here we go. Are you ready?
Pick somebody to play for. I don't care.
Oh, well, let's see. I'll pick somebody who won't get their feelings hurt because they're not going to win. So let's see here. Let's pick one.
Stupid question.
You already know that before it starts. I will go with Robert St. Clair.
All right, we're playing for Robert.
Yep. From former football coach at Severe Middle School in Kingsport. And I don't know what he does now. I think he's retired, but great guy, big sports fan. So here we go. Question number 1, Horace. Baseball trivia.
Baseball.
Yeah. Gator, wherever you are, and Tommy and Apester, pull up a seat. It's going to be good. And everybody else. All right. True or false? Maury Wills.
Never heard of him.
Good. I knew this was going to be good. Maury Wills in the Hall of Fame. True or false?
I don't know. I'm going to flip a – hey, Robert, I'm sorry, man. I'm flipping a coin. I'm going to say true.
True. Go ahead and hit that buzzer. All right.
I'm out already.
That's good. All righty. Now, if he goes 0 for 5, I will laugh my way into the weekend. Number 2, pro football.
Stupid question.
There you go.
Never heard of the guy. And you went,
Maury Wills, great Los Angeles Dodger. So
great Los Angeles Dodger.
Heck of a player.
West Coast.
It is what making excuses. There you go. Number 2,
stupid question.
Pro football question. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the first team to go 0-16 in a regular season. Tampa Bay.
That would be true.
True. Hit the buzzer.
Oh!
All right. The Detroit Lions went 0 for 16. So.
Detroit did?
Oh, yeah. One time they went 0 for 16. They were awful. So.
Well, I knew Tampa Bay did.
Yep. So you're 0 for 2. Question number 3. Pro football. True or false? The Cleveland Browns left Cleveland and they moved to Baltimore. Is that true or false?
The Baltimore Ravens were the Cleveland Browns at one time. Yes, that is true.
Hit the bell. He saved himself. All right. All right, number 4. We got a little soccer going for you here. That's a big sport it is.
Soccer.
There you go.
I got to call 220 and get my lifeline ready.
The first World Cup was held in Uruguay. True or false? Uruguay. You're a funny guy, Uruguay.
You know what? That's so outlandish and so stupid. I'm going to say true.
True. Hit the bell. Horace, you're 2 for 4. All right, we'll wrap it up here. A little hockey for you.
All right. We're going to finish on a strong note.
Well, we'll see. So he's 2 for 4. National Hockey League. The Toronto Maple Leafs have won the most National Hockey League championships. True or false?
Oh.
Toronto Maple Leafs. Yep. The most.
It may be Montreal.
Green Acres is a place to be. Farm living is a life.
I'm going to say that is false.
False. Final answer?
You're laughing. I think it's Montreal. I'm going to say false.
False. Hit the bell, Horace. You're right. I tried to snooker him and couldn't do it. Give me some taters. Pretty good. You came out slow. You finished strong.
3 for 5.
3 for 5. But Robert St. Clair, not this time around, my friend. Maybe the next time. Hit the music, Horace. Here we go. Bless his heart.
Let me get to it. There we go.
Quiz show is concluded. He goes 3 for 5. That 8 stays 8, though. That's all I was concerned about. And that 1 stays 1 beside his name, and that's what I was really concerned about. So
you threw some questions in there though that you knew I was going to flip a coin.
Okay, let's move along in sports. Yeah, well, that's life. So that's kind of what Apester tells me. He says, suck it up and quit crying, quit complaining, move on. And okay, got you. So, let's see. Tommy does the same thing when he's sitting beside the side of the road. Give me those questions on Wednesday. So, all right, let's see. Let's go National Hockey League. Your Predators staved off elimination last night.
I watched them.
Beat the Blackhawks 5-2. They now trail 3-2.
They had an outstanding third period.
Yeah. Isn't that the one that came out and just –
they came out in the first 2 or 3 minutes, scored 3 goals. Bam, bam, bam.
Tampa Bay defeated Detroit 3-2 in overtime. That series now tied. Washington beat the Islanders 5-1. Washington leads the series 3-2. And the Canucks defeat Calgary, and the Canucks still trail 3-2, but they're still alive tonight. They'll skate in Montreal. The Canadiens winner the most National Hockey League championships, we found out. They're skating against Ottawa. Yeah, I know you got that right.
I figured it out, baby. I knew it was right.
Pittsburgh, the Penguins will skate in New York against the Rangers, and St. Louis home to the Minnesota Wild tonight in the National Hockey League. Now, the NBA, let's see. Pelicans lost again last night.
How can you take a team serious that's called a Pelican?
Exactly. I just think, come on. The Pelicans? It's like the Road Runners or something. You know what I'm saying? Just the Pelicans.
Well, Road Runners, at least they're little fast little birds.
Yeah,
Pelicans just kind of waddle and
just
gulp.
waddle. Waddle and gulp, he says. That's good. Cleveland beat the Celtics. They're now up 3-0 in the best of 7. Chicago beat Milwaukee in double overtime. They're up 3-0. Golden State leads the Pelicans. They're up 3-0. Tonight, Houston and Dallas. The Toronto
Raptors.
There you go, in Washington. And my boys are back home in San Antonio, the best team in basketball. The San Antonio Spurs, man, they play team ball. You ever watch them? I mean, they just play. They play it the way it's supposed to be played. Unselfish, just get her done. And so they're back home against the Clippers tonight. Houston and Dallas, who leads that series? Houston leads at 2-0. You've got Toronto and Washington. And the Raptors, I think they're in a hole, aren't they? Yep, they're down 2-0. And so in the Clippers and San Antonio, that's tied at a game apiece in the NBA. Baseball, here we go. Baseball scoreboard, everything under the lights tonight. It'll be the Redlegs back home. Mike Leake on the mound, take on the Cubbies. And let's see, Cubbies 8-7. The Reds are at 500, 8-8. Cardinals lead the division by 2.5. Atlanta will be in Philadelphia for a weekend series. Mets against the Yankees, interleague play. Mets, the hottest team in baseball. Cubbies in Cincinnati, Washington and Miami. Cardinals in Milwaukee. Colorado hosting San Francisco. Pittsburgh will be at Arizona. And the San Diego Padres hosting the Los Angeles Dodgers. In the American League, everything under the lights tonight. Boston at Baltimore. Cleveland at Detroit. Toronto with R.A. Dickey on the mound from Knoxville. And, of course, the knuckleballer, he'll be on the mound tonight for the Blue Jays. Tomorrow night, let's see. Tomorrow will be a night game. Tomorrow night, Daniel Norris, Dino, scheduled to go tomorrow night for the Blue Jays in Tampa Bay. Yeah, we still got our pennant up there. Kansas City,
think it
Chicago.
went somewhere?
I kept thinking, I thought I took it down yesterday. It's been that kind of day, week, but I didn't. It's still there? Yeah, it's still there.
Still there.
Houston and Oakland. Texas against the L.A. Angels in Los Angeles. And Minnesota will be at Seattle in Major League Baseball. So there you go. Coming up, we're going to be talking to Bill Patrick from Kingsport Speedway. They got a big night of racing tonight at the Kingsport Speedway. Also, a couple other little tidbits I want to pass on to you. Tonight, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes Virginia-Tennessee All-Star Basketball Games being held tonight at Volunteer High School. Girls game tips off at 6. Gary Searcy of Sullivan Central, Barry Wade of Tennessee High, and Jerry Myers of Volunteer will coach the Tennessee girls. Craig Plymel of Grundy will coach the Virginia girls. Boys game set to begin at 8 o'clock tonight. May go down and watch this. All about the FCA. Sullivan East, John Dyer, and Tennessee High's Roby Witcher will coach the Tennessee boys. Coach Lee Walker of Virginia High will coach the Virginia High boys. The night's festivities will include a three-point shooting and slam dunk challenge. Admission is $5 and covers the ticket to the doubleheader. And so that'll be going on tonight at Volunteer. And the girls' game starts at 6 o'clock. Boys will start at 8. So, in fact, we were asked about going down there and live streaming that. I had some people call me up and said, would you come live stream it? But I don't think there's any Wi-Fi. I don't think technically we couldn't pull it off down there in the old Volunteer gym for whatever reason. There wasn't a real strong Wi-Fi signal. So that's what we got to have right now, right?
Yeah. Well, that or a hardline connection.
Yeah, one of the two. So had neither one, so we couldn't get down there and do it. But we can tell you about it. Also, Monday, East Tennessee State football team unveiling the new uniforms at noon inside the DP Cobb Center. The event will be open to anybody and everybody. First time uniforms have been shown. Current players will model the uniforms, which will come in several combinations of the school's colors of navy blue and gold. Coach Torbush says he's seen them. He thinks everybody will like them. And so the new uniforms will be unveiled Monday at noon at the DP Cobb Center. So how about that?
Yep.
That's good stuff. And then one NASCAR note. Next weekend, Michael Waltrip back in the number 55 Toyota at Talladega as his race team tries to finalize a more stable plan to replace Brian Vickers. They've got Brett Moffitt in there right now, but Vickers probably won't be back for a while. They told him he's out for 3 months because he's taking a blood thinner, which you cannot take if you're a driver, obviously. It just doesn't work. And so it causes all kinds of medical scenarios if he was in a wreck or got hurt. So he's out of the car. Brett Moffitt's in currently. And as we said, Michael Waltrip's going to drive next week at Talladega, the super speedway. So there you go, that. What else going on in sports? Anything else?
Well, my boy
Jameis?
Winston. Yeah, Jameis. Yeah.
Jameis is in again. Every day this week this guy's been in the news.
This, though, comes from an unnamed NFL executive.
Oh, boy. All right.
Now, he was being interviewed by, let's see, the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Bob McGuinn, okay? And he said, with Jameis Winston, I see Jamarcus Russell.
Oh.
Isn't it interesting? In other words,
he was a bust.
He was a bust.
Big
he
time.
sees Jameis being the next big bust. I see the body. I see the lack of focus. I see the same coach and system. Only Winston's not as good as an athlete as the arm was with Jamarcus Russell. So, even the big brass are on my side.
Looking at him and saying, he don't have it.
He does not have it. He's going to be the next big bust.
Yeah, and you agree with that?
I agree 100%.
Yeah, so we'll see. So Mr. Winston being spotted by an NFL executive, it says, same guy as Jamarcus Russell went to the Raiders and was a total bust.
Choked. Yep.
$12 million signing bonus. He's out of money, which I just find amazing.
Yep.
How in the world can you run through $12 million and be destitute now?
Here's some interesting tidbit. Coach Fisher, Jimbo Fisher, okay? He coached Jamarcus Russell. He was a quarterback coach at LSU when Russell was at LSU.
Jimbo Fisher was?
Jimbo Fisher was.
Yeah, and what does he say about it?
Well, that's just a coincidence that he was coaching Jameis Winston at Florida State.
Oh, so I'm sorry. He was Jamarcus Russell's quarterback coach at LSU under Les Miles.
Right.
Gotcha. So,
and Jameis Winston's head coach.
Be interesting to see what he says about the two guys because he saw them both up close and personal.
Well, evidently, whatever he says, it's panning out with the NFL or something. They want to give him number one picks, but Russell was a bust.
Was a big bust, unfortunately.
So,
and Pelicans don't waddle. That's a penguin, says Greg Taylor, and he's right. So once again, we blew our history lesson.
I guess Pelicans don't walk at all. They're just going to sit there.
Pelicans don't waddle.
They do gulp.
And he said that's a bad impersonation. I went like this. So Pelicans don't waddle. That's a penguin. All right. A couple other sports notes. Oh, this phone's blowing up today. And he's wrong about Jameis, 3 for 6. What's that mean, 3 for 6? He's wrong about Jameis. I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
What did you say about Jameis, 3 for 6?
I don't remember saying 3 for 6.
I don't know. So that's what he just said. Just popped in. So, all right. So Jameis again he's been in the news every day this week. So, and we're a week out from the draft. It'll be this coming Thursday. Let's see. Tony Romo says the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl next year. He's already come out and said, just punch those tickets. We're in. Cowboys, Super Bowl. What's he base that on, you suppose? Because he got pleased because he got Darren McFadden, who is going to be a total bust for the Cowboys. Went over from the Raiders. They lost their big dog, went to Philadelphia, right? Big running back.
Yep. They've got a little bit of defense that's coming around, but you got an aging quarterback, you've got an aging tight end. Now, I'll credit to our boy from Elizabethton, but each year they're 1 year older, 1 year more susceptible to becoming injured. I just don't see the Cowboys doing it.
Yeah. Well, he thinks so, and of course that's the news coming out of Dallas. Also reports Josh Hamilton might not return to the Angels this year. Just filed for divorce. He's got alcohol and cocaine abuse problems. This guy, he's been given time after time after time as chances, and he's still not got it together.
He just needs to go. He just needs to go.
Yeah, I don't know I can't imagine that being a healthy thing for him to come back to the team. On a personal note, I hope he gets his life together, but for the Angels, I don't think he needs to be in the clubhouse. I think he's going to be a major distraction. So, and that's sad to say, but he needs just to go somewhere and get rehabbed and get help.
You got it.
Period. Tiger says he'll play in the Players' Championship. So I know you're all buzz about that. And what's his girlfriend's name?
He did do better than I thought he would in the Masters. Yeah. Okay, but then he did choke on the final round.
I read this. See, what was her name? What's her name? Leslie Vaughn, his girlfriend.
Was that her? I don't know.
The skier. Anyway, says she can't stand watching play golf. It's boring. So, of course, she's in skiers. So she said, I don't really enjoy watching him play golf because she said, it's slow and tedious and, downhill skiing. They're going 800 miles an hour off the mountainside. So she said, it's okay, but it's not my cup of tea to watch him play. But she said, that's my man, so I'll do it. Before we go to the break, East Tennessee State Buccaneer basketball. Coach Forbes apparently signing a guard out of Ripley, Tennessee. This guy can do it. Again, this kid is 5'9", a scoring machine. Again, of course, remember a guy by the name Mr. Jennings was 5'7". This kid's name is Culberth. Culbreath. He was set to go to Memphis as a walk-on, but has apparently changed his mind. His senior year at Ripley High School averaged 21 points, 7 assists, and 4 rebounds a game for a guy that's 5'7". He scored more than 2,400 points in his high school career and made more than 150 three-pointers just last season. So that's a point guard that they're looking at. And, again, this young man's name is Chad Culbreath, a guard from Ripley, Tennessee. So
you say he was looking at Memphis?
He was looking at Memphis as a walk-on. Now he's going to come to
as a walk-on. Okay.
Forbes says he still has 3 scholarships now that signee Tyler Hooker has been released from his letter. He was a Murray Bartow pick and says he wants to go somewhere else, so gives him 3 scholarships now to go get. Of course, we told you earlier in the week he signed T.J. Is it Cromer? Yeah, T.J. Cromer out of Columbia Community College, averaging 20 points and 107 three-pointers last season. Also, 2 new coaches on staff. Brian Collins, Cromer's head coach at Columbia State, has been mentioned as a possibility.
Ooh, isn't that interesting?
Could be a package deal there. Announcement could come as early as today. He played at Belmont, coaching at Columbia State. Cromer's head coach. He may come on and be an assistant coach for Coach Forbes at East Tennessee State University. We were told that either next week or the week after we'll have him on the show here one day, along with Coach Torbush on 2 different occasions. So we're very excited about that, to say the least. Take a quick break. We'll be right back. We'll check in. We'll talk a little racing. Kingsport Speedway got a big night tonight on the banks of the new Kingsport Speedway, and we'll find out just exactly what's going on right after you hear this. We're at the top of the hour, and you are listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance, because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know that home insurance can keep your stuff covered even when it's not at home? Or that collisions with wildlife on the road may not be covered? And what if you didn't know you could be liable for any accidents on your property? The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
Well, welcome back to the Tom Taylor Sports Show, hour number 2. Again, across 10 states, we say hello to you and thank you for being with us. Again, our latest state, we've been told we are now being heard in Louisiana, Kansas, California, South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, Florida, Michigan, Georgia, and, of course, the great state of Tennessee. And also in Great Britain early in the week. And we got one from United Kingdom, right? Is it a hit? What do you call it?
Well, somebody downloaded a podcast from Bristol.
There you go, Bristol, United Kingdom.
Yep.
So there we go. We're all over the place, and we are ready to go and talk about a little racing tonight at Kingsport Speedway. Bill Patrick's with us, and good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Doing great.
Yep. Thanks for checking in with us. Tell us what's going on tonight at Kingsport Speedway. What's going on? Big night.
It's going to be a big night. It's Autism Awareness Night. We like to get the kids involved over there. So last week we had the Power Wheels race. This week we're going to have the kids racing their bicycles to start out the show tonight.
Well, that's pretty cool. So who can race? What age kids can come over there and bring their bicycles?
I think it's a young age. I'm not really sure. I think it's 5 to 7, something like that, the age group.
have to wear helmet, knee pads, and elbow pads. They just run maybe the front straightaway. They don't go all the way around the track, so it stays where you can see it.
We're talking to Bill Patrick in the new Kingsport Speedway. So after that tonight, we get qualifying underway, then we start racing. Tell us about the rest of the evening at this Kingsport Speedway.
Yeah, we start qualifying at 6 o'clock, and then racing gets underway about 8 o'clock. We'll have the late models there tonight. They do a good job. We have the street stocks. We'll have the Pure Fours, which is always an exciting thing. The Rookie Fours is the very last thing. It's people that their first year of racing that's just getting started into it. Started at age 14 and up on that one. And then the Pure Streets, that's the big thing this year. It seems like, because we have a newcomer into it this year, Davey Allison's son, Robbie Allison, is driving the Pure Street, and he drives street stock, so they'll both be there tonight. So it's a good night. A lot of bumper-to-bumper, rubbing type racing. It's not follow the leader type racing. They actually get real excited with it.
They get in and bump and grind a little bit. We're talking to Bill Patrick again from Kingsport Speedway. So Robbie Allison is over. It's the marquee name. Of course, there's some great drivers over there. What kind of lap do they do? 50-lap races, 20-lap races? Kind of give us a sense of how many lap races these are.
Well, normally we do like a two different twin type 30, 35 laps, something like that. They have 50 lap on the late models, which is the fast cars. Usually do about 30 laps on the street stocks and about 30 laps on the Pure Streets. And we'll do 30 laps on the Pure Fours. The Mod Fours, I think, get 30 laps. And then the rookies do about 20 laps.
Now, for folks that haven't been there for a while, tell me how fast you can turn a lap now at Kingsport Speedway.
Well, the Pure Fours run somewhere between 18, 19-second laps. The street stocks run around 17 seconds, between 17 and 18 seconds. The late models get on down there to the 15-second laps.
Pretty cool stuff. Good. Go ahead.
They really light it up, those late models do.
It's a great night tonight at the Kingsport Speedway against Autism Awareness Night, which is a fantastic cause. How much does it cost to get in over there, Bill?
Well, it's $10 per person. Children under 12 are free. So you get a lot of racing and excitement for a small amount of money, really.
So it's early in the season, obviously, just getting cranked up for the racing season. But right now, who are some of the top drivers? Who's been doing well so far at Kingsport Speedway?
So far, Chris Van Dyke is doing real good with the late models. It's been a mixture in the Pure Fours with Kenny Apsher. You've got John Ketron, Keith Helton has won most of the races so far this year in that division. The Rookie Fours, it's usually somebody different about every week. The street stocks, Rob Austin's done pretty good with it. Then we have the Pure Street, which Nasty Jones is doing real good with that. Robbie Allison won the first one. And it seems like that particular class is beginning to build up quite a bit. Seems like everybody wants to run against Robbie.
I would think so. And so this is the fans get a chance to meet these drivers. It's very fan-friendly. It's just a great night over there, again, at the Kingsport Speedway. So the bikes are at 5 o'clock for the little people. Qualifying's at 6, and racing gets started at 8 o'clock tonight. Is that correct?
Right. It's 8 o'clock at Kingsport.
Yeah. Now, before I let you go, tomorrow night, you're also – tell me real quick about what's going on Lonesome Pine tomorrow night over in Coburn, Virginia.
Okay, that's our sister track. It usually runs some of the same cars. We have some different drivers out of Virginia that come to run there. If you've never been there, it's a fantastic facility over there. It's a lot newer than the Kingsport track, but the stands and stuff are a lot nicer. But Kingsport's still a great place, but it's a 3/8 mile track, whereas Kingsport is a 1/4 mile. The boys run pretty much the same setup at both tracks, so they don't have to do a bunch of changing to go from one track to the other. It's real exciting. They turn a lot faster times over in Coburn than they do at Kingsport. So because of the fact that it's a bigger track, they can stay in it a lot longer. But there's a lot of side-by-side racing there, too, and bumping and grinding. So they really put on a show.
Bill, before I let you go, back to Kingsport Speedway. That's tomorrow night, by the way, Coburn. But both tracks, in particular Kingsport, I guess the fans all have a favorite, and they all have kind of their own little cheering sections, don't they, the drivers?
Oh, yeah. Everybody picks a fan favorite usually. I've been, during the week, when we're not over there, I'm one of the track officials. I check the Pure 4 cars and the Rookie 4s to make sure they're not trying to break a rule here or there. Usually everybody has their own favorite driver, and during the week I've been working on a street stock with my nephew trying to get his car up and going. It'll be out there for the first time tonight, but just everybody has a different. They usually pick a car, and that's the one I like, so they'll pick them a car and go with that one for the season.
There you go. That's just like the NASCAR, the big boys. Everybody's got a favorite driver. Bill, thanks for checking in with us, my friend. We'll talk to you again next week. You may do this again. You did a great job, and I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you next week, all right?
Okay, anytime. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Good man right there. Bill Patrick again, working with the new Kingsport Speedway and also in Lonesome Pine. I like a guy's name. His name is Nasty Jones. Now, I meant to ask him, ran out of time. I want to see how may not know how he got the name Nasty, but a driver named Nasty Jones. And, again, Davey Allison's son, Robbie, Bobby's grandson over there. In fact, Bobby was there the first week. Bobby Allison, the legendary NASCAR driver. So, second, now third generation of the Allison family. And so Robbie will be in the car tonight driving at Kingsport Speedway. He's a regular there, and that always brings in the fans to some cheer for him. And as you heard him say, a lot of the drivers want to go out there race him and say and go home and say, hey, I beat Bobby Allison's grandson tonight. So that's pretty cool. It's tonight the new Kingsport Speedway and a great cause, the Autism Awareness Night tonight. Again, that's the theme of the evening at Kingsport Speedway right there, right down on John B. Dennis, right around the corner. You'll be able to hear him halfway across Kingsport. Lights will be lit up on the track, but it's technically where it's located is right down from Sullivan North High School there on John B. Dennis. So I may do that one night. I can't tonight. I may go over there and take it in one night and check it out because I was over there, been over there in the past. I've been over in a long time, but it's some good racing, and fans get into it for $10. You get, a couple of hours of racing. That's a pretty good deal.
Yep.
So what if they have, what was that thing you had yesterday, what was the Big Mother, what was that called, the hamburger?
Yeah. The Mother something.
I don't know. The Mother.
Oh, shoot. Hang on. I got it here. Let's look at it real quick.
Well, I had it over here in my
The Big Mother Funnel Burger.
Funnel Burger. There you go. The Big Mother Funnel Burger. Pound of bacon.
Hang on.
Cheese.
I'll put it up here.
Yeah. I want to see this. Cheese. Sandwich between two funnel cakes.
You got a 1 pound hamburger with a half pound of cheese, bacon, lettuce, smothered between 2 funnel cakes, topped with powdered sugar.
I told my buddy Greg Tully about that last night. He's like, man, that sounds good. I said, well, we can go to Asheville.
It looks good.
Yeah, we can go. Yeah, it does. We can go to Asheville and check it out. That's where they're having the what's it called? Big Mother Funnel Burger.
Big Mother Funnel. But wait, Asheville has the deep fried mood pies.
Oh, and then I told him wrong. All right, where do we have to go to get the funnel burger?
I think that's Wisconsin.
Oh,
the up there. What was the rattlesnake?
Oh, Timber Rattlers.
Timber Rattlers.
That's right.
Yeah.
So over in Nashville is the deep fried moon pies.
Deep fried moon pies.
All right. So there you go. Now, do we want to talk about the Patriots going to the White House?
That's a topic I could care less about.
Yeah. Okay. So you're not a big Patriots fan, but out of fairness to them, they did go to the White House and met our fearless leader, and he was cracking jokes apparently. So
he's not fearless.
Well, yeah. There you go. Yeah. And he's not our leader, so at least not mine. So anyway, he was at the White House. They were the Patriots, and they met the Prez. And, of course, early in the week, he met with Harvick and the 2014 Sprint Cup champions. They went to the White House earlier in the week. So, anyway, that's kind of a formality, and he did it, and the Patriots were there, and enough said. So, just want to let you know that and pass it on. We'll take a quick break. We'll come right back. We're going to do a baseball and softball update and track and field. Been a very busy last couple of days around the region. We'll let you know who are some of the individuals who had a great week, or actually last game. We'll recap what happened yesterday in baseball and softball in our region and let you know who are some of the individuals that had big games. And we'll tell you all about that. And also track and field are in the middle of the Big 7 track meet and who did well there. All that coming up next right after this break on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Friday. Getting ready to tell you all about the thought for the day from my buddy Larry Kaiser from Nationwide Insurance. First, let's take a little track and field. The Big 7 match or track meet continues today at Science Hill. After day one, you're scoring ladies' side, Dobbins Minute, Science Hill, and Crockett, 1, 2, 3. And then on the boys' side, Dobbins Minute, Daniel Boone, and Science Hill, 1, 2, 3. Now, today will be the running finals. Yesterday was the finals of some of the running and some of the field events. High jump, Kristen Stump of Boone wins the high jump. This is for the boys. Pole vault, David American, I hope I'm saying it right, from Daniel Boone. The long jump, Elijah Dunn from Dobbins Minute. Triple jump, Carrie Halm, that's not right, Curly Hallam, Halim from Science Hill. And if I mispronounce these, I apologize. Shot put, Josh South out of Dobbins Minute. The discus winner was Ethan Schism from Volunteer. So those were the folks. The 4x800 relay was won by Daniel Boone. And also those were the finals, by the way. That's for the boys. For the ladies' finals, you have the 4x800 was won by Science Hill. High jump was Aaron Fuller of Daniel Boone. The pole vault winner was Kalina Strickland from Dobbins Minute. Long jump winner was Stacy Reed from Science Hill for the ladies. The triple jump winner was Annika Burley from Science Hill. The shot put winner was Adriana Stevens from David Crockett. And the discus winner was Kyra Cambrell. And I hope I'm saying it right, Kyra. Kyra Cambrell from Dobbins Minute won the discus in the Big 7 track and field championships at Science Hill. And again, the running finals will be happening today in that particular meet. So the thought for the day from Larry Kaiser, Nationwide Insurance: most small problems, when nourished with procrastination, will grow bigger and bigger. I like that. you got a nip in the bud.
Got to.
If you just let it fester, it's like a sore or a splinter or whatever, just don't get any better. Most small problems, when nourished with procrastination, will grow bigger and bigger. How's that?
I believe in that.
I agree with it 100%. That's the top for the day from our buddy Larry Kaiser from Nationwide Insurance. 282-1389 is the number to call. 282-1389. Be sure to ask him about the Smart Ride program, where you can actually save on your automobile insurance premium because you will be considered a safe rider, a smart rider, and they take that little gizmo and stick it up underneath the steering wheel into the –
or wherever the place is they plug in for diagnostics.
Thank you. And it measures nighttime driving, quick stops, fast accelerations. There's several different categories that it'll check, and then it spits it out every week with a weekly email. It is not a GPS. It doesn't do that at all. It just simply says and tells how fast and how good you're driving, and then as a result of that, you can get a discount up to 30% off your insurance premium from Nationwide if you're a smart rider with a Smart Ride program. In fact, it's free. It's a 6-month program, costs you nothing, and you can take it out anytime you want to. You can pop it in there, or they pop it in there for you, and then it registers how you drive, and as a result of that, you can get yourself a nice discount from Nationwide. Call our buddy, and you have, and we thank you for that. 282-1389. Nationwide is on your side with our buddy, again, Larry Kaiser. The thought for the day, again, most small problems, when nourished with procrastination, will grow bigger and bigger. Now, let's see here. I was trying to see where I was going to go with this. Oh, here we go. Baseball and softball. Baseball, keep an eye on this guy out of Virginia, Austin Smallwood, Eastside High School, 16 strikeouts. Smallwood 5-0. This guy's the deal. So they win over Thomas Walker 11-1, Eastside did, in Virginia baseball, 16 strikeouts. Now, if you play, they stopped the game in 6 innings for the mercy rule. So if you have 3 outs an inning, 6 threes or 18. So this guy struck out 16 of the 18 batters he faced, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 6 threes or 18, 3 outs an inning, 6 innings, 18 outs in a game. He struck out 16 out of the possible 18 outs. That's pretty strong.
That's strong.
Austin Smallwood, Eastside High School in Coburn. They win at 11-1. Matt Reed hammers out a couple of home runs as the Blue Devils defeat Lee. Gate City beat Lee 14-3 in 5 innings. Matt Reed 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs, had a 3-run homer and a 2-run dinger. So this guy's on it for Gate City. Daniel Boone defeated Sullivan South in baseball 6-4. Rebels were up, and again it was a Daniel Boone win for the Daniel Boone Trailblazer. Rob Hoover, Zach Byron single, Jacob Kefauver hit an RBI double, and Parker Burrell triple to put Boone in front for good in the 7th inning. Charlie McCann went 2 for 3 for Sullivan South, and so that was a non-conference win. Daniel Boone beat South 6-4. Also, Dobbins went at 9-6 over Morristown West. Hunter Wolf went on a tear, 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 4 runs scored, an RBI, and a stolen base. He did everything but a home run. Almost hit the circuit. 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 triples, 4 runs scored, a single, an RBI, and a stolen base. Evan Mahaffey went 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs for Dobbins minute, and so the Indians win 9-6 over Morristown West in a non-conference baseball game. Softball, big matchup. It was Dobbins minute defeating Boone 2-0. Marissa Honeycutt went the distance, and a great pitching battle, I should say, against Jacqueline Jenkins of Daniel Boone, and Dobbins minute wins it 2-0. Volunteer beat Tennessee High 5-1. Kenzie Dixon struck out 12. Lady Falcons win that one as they beat Tennessee High 5-1. Maddie Wolf went 2 for 3 in a losing cause for the Lady Vikings of Tennessee High. So the full schedule goes like this. Dobbins going to be Morristown West. This is baseball. East over Central, 14-4. Daniel Boone defeated South, as we told you, 6-4. We gave the East Side score behind Smallwood 16 strikeouts. They beat Thomas Walker 11-1 and 6. And Gate City beat Lehigh 14-3 in 5 innings. Now, today's schedule, Sullivan East at Tennessee High. Daniel Boone at Greenville. South hosting Crockett, and Sullivan North plays at Sullivan Central. That's in baseball. Softball from yesterday. It was Volunteer defeating Tennessee High 5-1. DB over Boone 2-0. Science Hill beats Crockett in a barn burner 5-2. Johnson County over Sullivan East 8-2. Elizabethan over Sullivan North 18-1. Unicoi County, we told you they got beat the day before, right? They lose to Elizabethan. South went out there to play them. 10-0 and 5. They were out, so it's over. That's Unicoi County took it out on for losing the day before.
We pre-predicted that one.
Oh man, they reared up. Coach Lingerfeld got them going there. Unicoi County. They blanked South 10-0. Gate City beat Lehigh 12-1 and 5 in softball, and Castlewood beat Honaker 7-4 in Virginia softball. Now today, you've got a big day today, and I've got it here somewhere. Let's see. It's a tournament. It's the Tiny Day Classic in Greenville. Teams involved in this 2-day softball tournament for the ladies: Greenville, Sullivan East, Claiborne, Sullivan South, Morristown East, Sullivan Central, Happy Valley, Crockett, Union County, Elizabethton, North Green, Johnson County, Unicoi County, Sullivan Central, St. Benedict, some of the teams, University High, West Green, Chucky Doak, all these teams involved in a softball tournament 2-day event happening in fields all over Greenville. The Tiny Day Classic. Tiny, of course, a former sports writer in Greenville that passed away, and they've named the tournament in his honor. So the Tiny Day Classic in Greenville, and it's a 5-site tournament for 2 days in Greenville. So a lot of softball. Of course, everybody trying to kind of narrow down, get ready for the big showdown, which will be, of course, a tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. So tournament play starts week after next for some, and some will start in the next week. But it's almost tournament time for softball and baseball for high school here in Tennessee. So that's kind of what's going on there in the world of sports. Girls soccer, a couple of scores passed on to you. Girls soccer, Providence blanks Tri-Cities Christian 9-0. And University High beats the Kachia homeschoolers 4-0. Brady Sant, Noah McGill, Silas Venturella, and Lowell Williams all had goals for University High, and they win at 4-0 over Kachia, which are the homeschool youngsters. So there's your baseball and softball update. A lot of folks say they appreciate that because these guys and girls don't get a whole lot of publicity. So we think they should here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, and they do. Coming up, we will, talk to Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse later on, but between now and the top of the hour. But coming up next, due to join us, a young lady who has put together a really cool initiative. It's called Healthy Kingsport. Heather Cook will join us coming up next right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
At FCA, we're touching millions one heart at a time. Since 1954, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes has been putting the heart and soul in sports by challenging athletes and coaches to impact the world for Jesus Christ. As the largest sports ministry in the world, FCA now reaches over 2 million people annually on the professional, college, high school, junior high, and youth levels. Through this shared passion for athletics and faith, lives are changed, one heart at a time. Learn more at fca.org.
From the driveways where your kids play basketball and ride their bicycles, to the parking lots at your local church or grocery store, Bracken Paving is an important part of many neighborhoods in our area. No matter how large or how small the job, Bracken strives for excellence in every service they provide. It's a foundation for a strong community. Discover the difference at Bracken Paving and Asphalt Maintenance. Give us a call or visit us online at brackenpaving.com.
Your life is always changing. You never know what shape it will take, or how your financial needs might change. But if we talk about your investments and how they can provide for you and your family, the future becomes clear. At Wells Fargo Advisors, we believe conversation leads to financial clarity. Let's start a conversation today.
At Farmers, we make you smarter about your insurance because what you don't know can hurt you. What if you didn't know to update your coverage when adult children move home?
Oh, heck no. Or that you could get coverage for identity theft through your homeowner's insurance.
And that your valuables can be covered by home insurance even when they're not at home. The more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Talk to Farmers and get smarter about your insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show on this Friday. Thank you for being with us, and we appreciate wherever you may be, live on livestream.com. Then, of course, tonight, iTunes, Tunein Radio, YouTube, Stitcher, phone app, Stitcher.com. You can go back and watch it and listen to it. And how many of those will be catching the webcam? YouTube only?
Just YouTube. And I had a little trouble with YouTube yesterday, so yesterday's show didn't get put up like I was hoping to. So hopefully I can double dip today and get this yesterday's show up as well. But we were having issues yesterday with YouTube.
You will. You're Horace. You're the miracle man. God does a great job. Let me go on the record. He does not do this well, but I'm going to compliment him again. He is a valuable part of this little get-together we do every day. More than come on, just move on. Go ahead and say it.
Go on.
That's
Just
what he
keep going.
does. Go on. So, but it's true. I can't lie. He's awesome. All right, 16th Annual St. Jude's Benefit Golf Tournament coming up on May the 6th. We want you to be a part of this. The number to call, Tom Jane, at 323-2239 is the number to call. It's going to be May 6th at Tri-Cities Golf Course. Telling some folks up at the track last week during the racing, 87 patients/kids use the services of St. Jude's either here or in Johnson City at Niswonger or in Memphis, just in Sullivan County alone. This money is raised by these folks for the St. Jude's Benefit Golf Tournament. It's fantastic. Tom Jane is your contact. Please consider playing. Tri-Cities Golf Course. That's coming up on it'll be Wednesday, May the 6th, which was 2 weeks from day before yesterday. So we're inside of 2 weeks to the tournament. 16th Annual St. Jude Benefit Golf Tournament. Tom Jane's your contact at 323-2239 is the number to call. And so if you can play this golf, we would ask you to please consider helping these young people. 87 kids in Sullivan County alone using St. Jude's either in Johnson City or Memphis. And this benefit golf tournament will help those young people, and that's just in Sullivan County. So a lot of kids here using St. Jude. So if you can, play golf on May the 6th at Tri-Cities Golf Course. Let's go to the phone. Hello, is this Miss Heather?
It is. How you doing?
Just fine. How are you doing?
Thanks for having me on today.
Yes, and I'm very pleased and proud to say I know this young lady because she has created a healthy initiative called Healthy Kingsport. Tell me what this is all about.
Yes, Healthy Kingsport has been in our area since 2009 through the YMCA. They received a Robert Wood Johnson Foundation grant for pioneering healthier communities, and that volunteer-led organization turned into Healthy Kingsport in 2011. And it was still volunteer-led until just last year when they hired me as an executive director because the city really felt like we needed to tackle the health in our community and improve it.
So the objective is to make Kingsport in this area a healthier place to live, work, and play through increased physical activity, healthier eating, and a reduction in tobacco use. So tell us how you have went out and promoted folks to do those three things, starting with, work and play through increased physical activity. Tell me about that.
Sure. That is our three focus areas. And this week we officially launched into the community as we are here and we're ready to go. And our philosophy is small starts. We're not trying to get you to overhaul your life or start a new program that's intimidating. We're asking you to do something as small as, for physical activity, take the stairs today or just get out and walk around the blocks. You know, you may be overwhelmed or intimidated to start at a gym. But if you do take the stairs, that's a personal victory for you. So it's small starts. Did you have fruit today? We're not about removing things from your life. We're about hoping you add some. And over time, those small starts will lead to big success.
The old adage, inch by inch, anything's a cinch, right? Just take small steps.
There you go.
That's
you go. That's what we're looking at.
Yep. Healthier eating. And so eating healthier would include, I would assume, lots of fruits. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, and we're not as stuck on how many fruits and vegetables you should eat each day. Some people say 5 servings, some people say more, some people say less. We just want you to have fruits and vegetables, and we want to make a concerted effort so that there's better access to fresh fruit and vegetables in our area.
Absolutely. And the third part of this is a reduction in tobacco use. Tell me about that.
Sure. We are above the state percentage of smokers and above the nation. And, in fact, 29% of pregnant women in Sullivan County smoke. And so we know that that's an effort we definitely need to focus on. And education is the most important way to get started to let people know. We also are facing the trend in e-cigarettes. And, in fact, that is what's going on in our high schools more so than tobacco now. We don't even know the effects of e-cigarettes yet. But we're going to try to establish policies that also that deal with both tobacco and the e-cigarettes because we don't want to tackle one thing to start another.
We're talking to Heather Cook. This is a great, great thing that she is heading up and getting rolling with it. I know earlier in the week, Mayor Phillips of Kingsport officially proclaimed Healthy Week in Kingsport, and there was a walk with the mayor. Tell me about that.
Can you believe it?
Yes.
He did. He walked. We started at City Hall on Tuesday night. We walked about 30 minutes downtown. We had a great turnout, lots of officials. We had some candidates and some citizens that walked with the mayor, and then we ended at Chef's Pizzeria. And one might ask, why do you stop after a walk at a pizzeria? That we had a Healthy Kingsport special. You could either get a salad or you could do a whole wheat crust veggie pizza. And so we want to show people you can still enjoy the food you have. You don't have to be miserable by getting healthy. It's a journey and not a short-term game. We want it to be a long-term game. But it was great to see people come out, walk with the mayor, and for him to get started. And he actually made the statement that this was something he wanted to do personally. It wasn't just for the city. He knows it's good for the city, but he personally wanted to get started. And what a testament to our leadership that anybody can do it, you know.
Absolutely. We're talking to Heather Cook. And so it's very simple. The simplest thing to do if you want to exercise, I've heard this for years and it's true, just put on a pair of tennis shoes or whatever it's comfortable and just walk. If you walk 100 yards tonight, it's all you can do. Okay, tomorrow night do 125. The next night go to 150. Or if you want to go to a track and walk one lap, that's all you can do. Then tomorrow night do a lap and a half. Or the next day do 2 laps. So, again, just kind of build this thing up. But anything you're doing is going to be better because something is better than nothing, right?
You're exactly right. In fact, Jeff Fleming posted on his blog this week that he parks 0.1 miles away from his office. So barely, not even close to a mile, 0.1 mile. But if you add that up over a full year, he will walk an additional 100 miles. Mm-hmm. So that shows you that just a little bit. You know, people say all the time, and I know you've heard it, park at the end of the parking lot instead of circling for 5 minutes looking for a closer spot. Those additional steps make a big difference. People don't realize that.
We're talking to Heather Cook, and she heads this up. It's a fantastic organization. So it's in Kingsport, and the website is healthykingsport.org. So what's next after this week? What are you going to do next?
Our culminating event is tomorrow. It's our first annual Walk for Wellness Expo. Rain or shine, come out. We're going to do it. And, in fact, we've actually already made the decision to move our expo area inside. We're even going to do a mini walk inside for any of those who don't want to get wet. So you can still come in, get all the giveaways and the health screenings and the information. And we're going to do that actually in the press room hallway areas between Blood Assurance and ETSU, downtown Kingsport, beside Food City on Clinchfield. And so anytime between 8:30 and 11:30, you can come down, check in. It's free. You didn't have to sign up ahead of time. You just come in, grab a bag, and then go along and fill up with goodies and information and maybe get some health screenings for you. So we're looking for a good crowd. And if it does rain, that's okay. No one said you had to walk outside to get well. So we're looking for a good turnout and a great culminating event for Healthy Week.
And that starts at what time tomorrow?
You can check in starting at 8, but you can come anytime between 8:30 and 11:30 to do the walk and the expo area. So it's not a walk. That actually starts at the same time. Everyone starts at the same time. You just kind of check in and keep going.
That's awesome. It's a great, this whole concept's awesome, and so I applaud you for this. And before I let you go, I must brag on your husband, who happens to be the band director of the #1 band in the state, in the region, maybe in the country. And I know you're very proud of him, Leif Cook, the band director of Dobbins Bennett, and they're gearing up for another season, aren't they?
We sure are, and I am very biased when I say this, but I do think that they are in the top 1% of all concert and marching bands in the nation. And, you know, Leif does such a good job at just really making that a life experience that's so memorable for the kids when they leave. And I think they go on to be better citizens in our community because they've been involved in the band program.
I've had a lot of chance to do a lot of cool things, and at the top 5 of everything I've ever done, he asked me to come back the night of the 9/11 concert a couple of years back, of course, when that tragedy. And I got to MC that, and that was one of the top 5 things I've ever had to do. Got to do in my life. I love that. I will never forget that. And I always want to thank him every time I see him. And he goes, but I always want to thank Leif because that was a very special moment for the city, for the country, and for me personally. So that was neat. Leif's top shelf, and you know that because you're married to him. So.
Well, Thank you, Tom. That's really sweet of you to say, and we couldn't have thought of anybody else who'd wanted to do it.
Well, that's awesome. I appreciate it. It was dynamite. So are they working on a new program yet for the football season? They have to wait till school's out.
Well, they are pretty much winding down for the year. Their spring concert will be May 5th at Troy F. Reed at 7 o'clock. We're actually being awarded the Sudler Shield, which is a prestigious award for marching bands. We have the flag and now the shield, and there's less than 20 high school bands that have both.
That's awesome. Neat stuff.
Yeah, and so we'll gear back up. Freshman camp will be the end of June, and then it's over from then. It's all outside and sunny and playing, and you drive by and get to enjoy it.
There you go. It's awesome, and again, I salute you. Again, go to the website, check out what Heather's doing, healthykingsport.org. Thank you for their time, and for your time, and I'll talk to you again soon. We'll get you back on real soon, all right?
Great. Thanks so much, Tom. Have a great day.
Yep, super job. Neat lady right there. Heather Cook, again, she heads up Healthy Kingsport. Again, the website is healthykingsport.org. And walking, pretty basic. Walk down the end of the street. If that's all you can do today, is okay. Then the next day, you walk another extra block or whatever. And Mrs. V, doesn't she walk? Is she a walker?
She walks.
There you go.
She walks.
There you go. I could, but I won't. I'll just let that go. Man, oh man, oh man. All right. Brocking Paving has a foursome of the St. Jude Golf Outing. Way to go. Hit it. Way to go, Tommy. There you go. They're lined up and signed up for the foursome and the St. Jude Golf Tournament helping. That's a great thing. Thank you, Mr. Wyman, for sending that to me. You can get into the St. Jude Golf, the benefit golf. Got to get Tom back on next week. 323-2239 is the number to call to say, yes, we want to play golf to help out these kids, the St. Jude's kids. Again, that's happening on May the 6th on a Wednesday at St. Jude's benefit golf tournament at Tri-Cities Golf Course in Blumpville. We appreciate, again, Tom Jane and Richard Pendleton and Gary Taylor and all the folks that are heading this thing up. And then after that, we get ready for the Honolulu Hoedown Boys. Me and you and Weinman and the Apesters, our coach.
And Gator.
And Gator, the foursome, fearsome foursome. And that'll be coming up, they told me, early August before football season starts. And it's the Honolulu Hoedown Boys. Me and you and Gator and Weinman, and our coach will be Apester.
That may bring the mistress.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
You'll bring her in? Boom, 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 boom. Now that's
parking's a premium over there, so
it is. Yeah. Hey, can I ride with you in the back of the bike?
No.
Okay, moving right along. Thought I'd try. Thought I'd catch him on a weak moment. Nope, not a chance. He came in today.
There's some places I won't go.
There you
that
go.
was one of them.
That's right. You and I double on a motorcycle. Ain't happening.
No, not happening.
For one, there's a girth problem. So number two, it just
now it's not that the mistress can't handle it.
Right.
She's a tough old bird there, but no.
The fact I'd have to put my fingers in your belt loops to hang on. No, it ain't gonna happen. I like your boy, but it stops there. So anyway, but he did come in today on the bike for the show, and I'm telling you, it's a beautiful bike, and he cracked it a couple of times, and before he shut it off. And us rednecks, Jace Roberts on Duck Dynasty said two things rednecks like. They like to hear something go whoosh when you throw gas on the fire, and whoosh. You like that, and you like to hear a bike go crack a bike, or crack a car, hit the gas pedal and rev it up a little bit. So, rednecks like that. I love to hear him crack it. Will you do it when you leave here in a minute? Crack it for me?
Yeah, crack
it. Cracking that, what is it, the accelerator? Not the throttle.
Yeah, throttle.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Quick break. We'll be right back. Our buddy Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. He is going to be with us next front and center on this Friday, as we said, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Kingsport Cabinetry installs cabinets and countertops all over the three-state region. Owner Richard Isaac says they work with both commercial and residential customers and love to help remodel existing homes.
What we do is if somebody comes in and wants to do a remodel, of course, they've got an existing home, existing kitchen. It might be a bathroom, whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll come out and take a look at their project. We'll do the measuring for them, come back in. While I'm at the home, I'll get the ideas that they want to incorporate into the kitchen, into the bathroom. We'll come back, we'll draw it up for them, have them come in for a meeting and go over everything with them. And once the drawings and stuff are approved, then we'll start the pricing process. We'll find out what kind of wood they want to use, what kind of countertops. Do they want Corian? Do they want granite? Do they want laminate countertops?
Kingsport Cabinetry. Quotes are free. Call today, 247-6134, 247-6134. At American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City, one of the 8 areas of your vehicle that takes constant continuing education is the air conditioner on your vehicle.
Well, you would think that AC would be a simple one, but it's getting to be a lot bigger than just AC. It's the management of the system, not just AC, but heat and everything. It's a lot more computer controlled than it used to be. It used to be just a little button on the dash that you pushed. Now there's all kinds of electronics involved in that. Braking systems used to be fairly simple. Now some of the newer vehicles, you have to have a computer to actually operate the braking system to make sure that it's okay after you've worked on it. Computer controlled of the engine is becoming very important. There's a lot to that. Each one of these areas, the technology is just tripled and quadrupled in the last few years. It's hard to keep up. You really need to stay in the books and know what's going on with them.
American Import and Auto Repair, Johnson City, open 6 days a week. Call today at 913-3111.
You want to honor your mom this Mother's Day? At Max Medicine Mart, they have everything you'll need to say thanks to that special lady. Create a special gift basket full of quality Burt's Bees products: moisturizing cream, facial scrub, lip balm, beeswax hand cream, just to mention a few, or pamper mom with a foot massager to re-energize her tired and sore feet, or a pair of stylish Franklin brand sunglasses, or maybe a specialty tea for mom with over 40 shelves of teas to choose from. Lots of choices for mom for Mother's Day at Max Medicine Mart, Center Street, Kingsport. Open 7 days a week. This Mother's Day, make tracks to Max.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again on this Friday, kicking off the weekend. Good place to go. It would be our friends again at Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City, between Johnson City and Jonesboro. Right there, you turn right there at Sonic Drive-In. It's right beside Harbor Freight Tools. Bob's with us. Good afternoon, sir. How you doing?
Oh, listen, I'm doing great. We had a wonderful day yesterday, and I'm hoping that people come in and buy some great stuff, because we have one of the best selections of any type of sports books or health books or religious books that you can imagine.
We'll talk about the sports books in just a second. I do want to squeeze in the fact that Civil War, you got some new Civil War books. Tell me about that.
I got a big selection about 4 years ago. I never had that before, but I'd say we got about 100 books in about the Civil War, about different battles and where they are and where they were around this area. So if you're a Civil War buff, if you just love the Civil War, because that was a great moment in our history. A lot of heroic stuff going on, a lot of changes in society, and a lot of new ideas for people to think about was created by the Civil War. And come on in and see what we got, because, I don't know, I think if you haven't got everything, you should see if we have something you don't have, because we have a lot of Civil War stuff, and we got about 100 pieces that just came in.
We're talking to Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Also, let's talk a little bit about, you got some new religious items in. Tell me about that.
Well, this was a major trade-in. We got, I'd say 1,000 pieces, and they're absolutely like brand new. It includes a lot of study Bibles, concordance Bibles. I've got a group of sermons, a late preacher. I don't want to talk about him on the radio, but I've got 32 sermons on CD. So if you're a preacher and you want to get some ideas, I mean, this guy did this over about 20 years, and he recorded his best sermons. Anyway, that's just one of the things we have. So we've got a lot of theology and a lot of new writings about the Bible and about other religions, too. So come on in and see what we got on that. And by the way, one of our best-selling sections is our Christian fiction. Christian fiction is big, not just because there's a lot of romantic Christian fiction, but there's a lot of adventure Christian fiction. There's a lot of mystery Christian fiction. So for the amount of shelf space we have, this is one of our best-selling areas in the store, and we do have a lot of it.
We're talking to Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City, between Johnson City and Jonesboro, there on 11E. Bob, tell me about NASCAR. We just finished up the race up at Bristol, and you've got some great NASCAR books for sale.
Well, I'm going to continue on with the 1/3 off on the NASCAR books. And let me tell you, these books, most of them were in the $50 to $75 big coffee table books, and they're nice collectible items. They're nice gift items. I'm going to have them out front this weekend, and we'll have a big sign, 1/3 off. I think you'll find if you have a NASCAR fan, and it's not just men. It's got to the point now there are almost as many women that just love NASCAR too. There's a lot of excitement there. Fun to watch a race. But anyway, it's 1/3 off, so these coffee table books are in the $7-8 range instead of the $50 range. So if you like NASCAR, or if you know somebody that does, come on and see what we got, and maybe you'll find a nice gift for somebody.
Bob, we're not that far away. Again, I guess it's a couple of weeks on the calendar from Mother's Day. I know Mother's Day is always a big time at Book Lovers Warehouse, and we'll talk more about it next week, but kind of tease us today. What's out there at Book Lovers Warehouse for a mom for Mother's Day?
My mother has been gone, and my mother-in-law has been gone, but my children have, my stepdaughter is, I've got 3 granddaughters, so if you want something to tell your mother or your mother-in-law or someone that you really appreciate, it's a hard job to be a mother, and you have to know everything. You can buy a card for $7 or $8 nowadays. That's crazy. You can buy a wonderful book with full of verses about Mother's Day in it, and we have all kinds of books like that. So if you come in and get a nice gift book for your mother or for your mother-in-law, I'll try and do a table of them so you'll find them easier, because they're just to the right of the register right now, but there's a table right in front of the register, and I'll see if I can get about 20 of them on that, and a nice selection. So see what you can find in here for Mother's Day. Also, mothers love to read. Women are the best. They're the backbone of our customers. So if you know what they're reading, come on in and see what we have. And if they're mystery or romance or adventure, or women are buying science fiction, go figure that too, because that's a real big thing. And they're buying a lot of Westerns. It's a nice place to buy a gift for Mother's Day. And the quality of the books in the bookstore, they virtually look brand new. So come on in and see what we got. It's just a nice place to get a nice gift for your mother.
Absolutely. 6,000 square feet, over 2,000 titles. They're open 7 days a week. And Bob, before I let you go, as always, give me the hours you're open at Book Lovers Warehouse.
Oh, we open up at 10 in the morning, and we stay till 7 o'clock at night. There's some people in the store at 7 o'clock. We don't run them out. You just stay and shop as long as you can. And we'll be glad to find some books for you, or find some records, or find something. That's another thing. If you've got Mother's Day, I've got some records I'm sure your mother listened to and danced to and rock and roll to, because these two also make great gifts. And they say, Mother, do you remember that group? I heard you talking about it, and here's a nice picture of the group, and I think you'll enjoy. You take an old album or an album from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and make it into a nice gift for Mother's Day. Anyway, we're open from 10 till 7 every day. Sunday we open at noon and stay till 5.
Great report as always, my friend. Sell, sell, sell. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you again Monday afternoon, all right?
Fair enough. Thanks.
Yeah, good man right there, buddy Bob from Book Lovers Warehouse in Johnson City. And you heard about it right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So if you bought your mom her favorite album for Mother's Day, like Bob said, what would she like? Who did she like? You remember growing up? Bing Crosby, or your mama for Mother's Day? What album cover would she want?
The Sound of Music.
All right. Doe, a deer, a female. All right. That's really a pretty cool idea. I mean, Bob I know he does a lot of those for Valentine's Day and Christmas and Mother's Day, some Father's Day, some Dad's Day, but a lot for Mom for Mother's Day. So anyway, that's a good thought starter for Mother's Day, which is around the corner. We've got a couple of stories when we get out of here. Our man, your boy down at the Cowboys camp, not getting along. He's not meshing with the team. Is that correct?
Oh, no, that Greg Hardy
guy? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He came from the Carolina Panthers. They got rid of him. He signed a one-year deal for $11 million and been nothing but trouble since he got there.
Yep.
And Romo says they're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. They already had to brush up on the players, right? He's got a little verbal.
Got involved with a verbal altercation with somebody. Let me see if I can figure out who it was.
I bet it wasn't Jason Witten. He don't take much crap off people, so I don't think it would be him.
Let's see. Of course, he got in trouble back in 2014 with the domestic issue with his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, he got into an altercation with somebody down there. Let me see. Now, here's a whole story, okay? And it doesn't even mention
the other person.
Mm-hmm. So I can't tell you who it was.
But it was somebody that he got mixed up with a little bit in the Cowboy training camp, correct?
Yeah.
So he's already making his presence felt in a negative way. ETSU baseball team opening up a 3-game Southern Conference series tonight with Western Carolina Thomas Stadium in Johnson City. Bucks trying to snap a 7-game losing streak, and they will go with a 14-26 record, 3-9 in the Southern Conference. So Kevin Phillips, a junior, his 10th home run of the season, leads the team in that department, tied for second in the entire Southern Conference. So Kevin Phillips swinging a hot stick right now for the Bucks, who need to get things turned around, get it dialed in, ready to go before the Southern Conference tournament. It's coming very soon in Charleston, South Carolina. Another baseball note, Angels are considering not letting Josh Hamilton come back to the team when he's healthy. I think that's a very good move, unfortunately, for this young man.
Extremely good move.
Yeah. Recovering from off-season shoulder surgery, expected to resume baseball activities in the near future. Angels are reportedly very hesitant to bring him back. They're involved in a dispute over Hamilton's admission that he relapsed in the offseason. He's had issues with drug and alcohol addiction for most of his career. See, they're idiots, they being the Angels. They signed a 5-year deal with the Angels, did Hamilton in 2012. He is owed, through 2017, the Angels owe him $83 million. Now, that's – and I'm not knocking on John, but any baseball team that signed – and there's other teams out there that sign these long-term contracts. This guy's not even producing. He's not even playing. He's still getting a paycheck. $83 million through 2017.
He'll go overseas. He'll go to Japan and play and make more money. And they'll pay big bucks over there.
As reported last week, his wife has filed for divorce. She's got a restraining order against him because apparently he comes to see the kids and he's, either have been doing drugs or alcohol or both. So he's not a very good guy around his kids. So she's filed for divorce, got a restraining order. So it goes back to, everything you think that you would want and need when you get a little fame and money. I mean, here's a guy that's had it all, $83 million, and he's losing his marriage, his kids, and now his team doesn't want him back. And I as much as I want to see him get fixed as a person, I don't want him back in my clubhouse because it can't be good. As soon as he walks in, it's half divided. Some will say, hey, give a guy a break. He's back. Others say, nope, I don't want him in the clubhouse. And immediately when he walks back in, half of that clubhouse is going to be divided. Has to be. Because not everybody's going to be for him and not everybody's going to be against him.
It would take years, for me to accept him again. He'd have to prove himself. And that's not going to happen in the short term.
Because he's had many chances.
Oh, yeah.
And so he continues to be problems, and it's a very sad story, really. That shows that the fame and fortune the world promotes that, once you have that, it still doesn't guarantee anything. And it's a sad story. We hope he gets it fixed, but I don't see him going back, and the Angels don't necessarily want him back. So before we get out of here, let's again recap what's going on in Richmond. The Xfinity qualifying comes up at 3:30 this afternoon, and then at 5:30 the Cup boys and lady will qualify. By the way, Danica is in the top 10. She's had 5 top 10 finishes this season. That's the most ever by a female driver. She's starting to kind of figure this thing out. She's coming around.
6 total top 10
finishes. 5 this year.
So she's taken over that top spot from Janet Guthrie.
Yeah, and so she is making some history, and she's getting it done. So she and the rest of the boys will qualify the Coors Pole Light qualifying at 5:30. The Xfinity race tonight, Kevin Harvick, the defending champ of that race, and tomorrow night is the Cup race in Richmond, and the defending champ of that race is Joey Logano. And so we will have feedback, and we'll hear comments from the people involved in that weekend racing in Richmond coming up on Monday on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So we are very excited about that. Before we get out here, better squeeze in a big old hello to the Gator Man. You said you need to get down there.
I know. I guess.
And your mama's in town, too.
Yeah, but I can't do it this afternoon now because Mom and Dad are in town.
Now, would she comment on you being shaggy, or does she care what her boy? You're the oldest. Does she even care that you have a mullet?
If she says something, she'll say it to Mrs. V, and I'll never hear it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
But she won't say anything.
No, that's you're the firstborn?
I'm the eldest, yeah.
Oh, you can get by. Are you kidding me? You can have a mullet. She won't care. That's Mama's first. Anyway, tell us about Cherokee Barbershop. We'll get out of here.
Cherokee Barbershop there on South Roan Street next to Tipton Hings Farm. Go in there and see Gator Man and ask him for a haircut, and he'll say, okay, you got to buy a cup of coffee.
There you go.
Sell you a cup of coffee for $11 and give you the haircut free. But put you in that old-fashioned barber's chair, give you a haircut and a shave if that's what you want. If you get a shave, he'll put them old nice warm towels on your beard and soften it up. Uses a straight razor.
Nice.
It doesn't get any better, man. It's just a traditional barbershop, and if you like to go in and talk smack, and people are in there, it's just a good time.
And Gator's a great guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
I think the world of that boy. He may be at the church house with us Sunday morning, sitting there on that back row, one of them back row Baptists. So there you go. Again, the haircut's free. Cup will cost you $11. Get to keep the cup. Straight razor shave. He's open Tuesday through Friday from 8:30 until 5, and Saturdays from 8:30 until 1. I just got a text here before we get out of here from the Apester. It says, when is the putt-putt tournament? She's our coach. Says, I got to schedule some practices with y'all. I'm in it to win it. So, we may be running.
Well, I thought coaches didn't play, but if she's going to play, we'll have to.
She's the one to schedule us some practices.
Oh, she wants us to practice.
Oh, yeah, she's got some practice lined up.
Oh,
she
man.
Says, I'm in it to win it. So we may be doing weights. We may be going some kind of a nutrition exercise routine. I mean, this lady's serious.
Well, you can practice all you want, but it goes out the window when you get there because you'll be on your belly.
Boop, boop, like a cue shot. I was on my belly in hole number 8.
You got it.
All right, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Our show's been brought to you by the good folks from Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance, Bracken Asphalt Maintenance and Paving. That's the home of the Apester and Tommy. Again, Center Street Wealth Management Group, the home of our dear friend Greg Taylor, Bays Mountain Park, Max Meadows and Mart, the Gator Man at Cherokee Barbershop, Bristol Motor Speedway and Dragway. The Dragway folks start with us next week, every week. American Import and Auto Repair in Johnson City. Kingsport Cabinetry, Jim Klein Farmers Insurance, Bristol Orthotics and Prosthetics, and by Book Lovers Warehouse and Larry Kaiser Nationwide Insurance. Horace, give me some taters. We're 11 weeks into this thing, my friend. We're getting ready to start our 12th week.
Yep.
Hit that magic button, and we're out of here. Have yourself a great weekend. Thank you again for giving us a listen, both now, live streaming, later on tonight, podcasting. Can't thank you enough. 10 states, and, of course, right here in the great state of Tennessee, in the Tri-Cities. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Backing us out on Monday morning. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching and listening to the Tom Taylor Sports Show. So long, everybody.